Hey Leo, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch a wavelength or a storyline or energy signature on this reading, you can check your other major placements if you so choose. We are doing oracle readings only on YouTube this week. I have missed my oracle decks immensely and could no longer put off working with them. So for the extendeds over on Vimeo, and there should be a link in the description box below, we'll be doing a traditional tarot spread that builds on this story and these ideas. So if this resonates, you can go over there. If not, catch you another week. All right, what do we got here? Okay. For Leo. Okay, I understand. Okay, we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. You're headed towards something, the unknown. We're all pretty much headed towards the unknown. That's the nature of life and time and the way we experience things. But we have a prosperity lies ahead. So whatever you're working on, whatever you're starting, whatever you're beginning, looks like it has, it's got legs and it's going somewhere. So that's pretty cool. Then we have be bold, make the first move, cardinal moon. So this here, right, you're going to have to take initiative on something. Like you might have an idea, you might have something you're just beginning. You're going to have to take initiative. Sometimes be bold and make the first move. That's not necessarily be brash. That's not necessarily, rush out and just do something, anything. To move towards this. I mean, we can plan, we can calculate. That is part of making the first move, right? Figuring out where we want to go, figuring out what we want to do, figuring out what comes next, coming up with a plan. So, we're intuiting where a direction. This reminds me of science in a way. There's a lot of intuition with science, right? Like we have an idea, we intuit, we think something might be the case, and then we set up a whole experiment, we set up a whole hypothesis, we set up experiments to see if that might be the case or not. So we're kind of having a hunch that there's a direction we need to go on. And we need to trust but verify. So hypothesize and then test that hypothesis, or prepare to test the hypothesis. So this looks like it's going to be successful. Like you're going to have something at the end of this. This isn't necessarily that your hypothesis is true, but you're going to be going through a process, and it looks like it's going to be. There's going to be. It could. Prosperity lies ahead. It's going to be successful in one way or another. So, so being bold and make the first move, set up your hypothesis, set up your experiment. Moving forward with a real world plan though. I mean, oftentimes this card looks like, it can be just the planning stages, the hypothesizing, the, trying to figure out nuts and bolts. We do have an earth sign here, Taurus. So the new moon in that would be some sort of real world activity. In the real world, there's prosperity. Like we're not just talking about you're going to feel good. We're talking about like there's going to be some material success here. And whether that's your experiment turning out to actually be viable in the real world or actual money, I don't know, but it's not necessarily, it is very real world here. And that's what I'm getting with be bold and make the first move. Get started on something, like not just the planning and thinking stage of it is the very clear message I'm getting. Like not just that stage. We're making real world actions. We're heading towards something actual, concrete in this dimension. So it's more than just dreaming. You're actually being asked to initiate something, to begin some sort of project. This is saying, it's towards something. So you can be assured that you are headed towards something. This isn't just going to be, it's part of, it's not just nothing. That's what I need to say. I mean, I want to say something else, but that's what I'm hearing is like this, there's something that can work out here and you need to get moving on it. Inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So, okay, so this is something, I feel like with this card, some part of this project, I'm going to call it a project, this project resonates very much with you. You very much want to do this and have wanted to do this, and maybe you've been thinking about it for a long time. We're also getting this devotion here. This means sticking with something. And to me, that means, you know, this has been with you for a while. This isn't some new idea. This isn't some, you didn't have this epiphany yesterday that this is what needs to happen. You've had this idea for a long time. And so this is remaining devoted to that idea and some sort of desire in your heart. It feels like it's part of your life plan, life path, and those little bits and pieces, sometimes they're very important, but there can be a lot of work that goes into a small piece. But it's like a crucial piece. So a lot of work going into a small piece that's very important. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but I'm trying to get to the truer feeling, like the feeling that rephrasing, I tend to rephrase until I find the thing that feels right. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a big thing, like the thing you're going to do with your life. But this is a crucial part of it. This is a crucial piece. Like our engines have all sorts of bits and pieces to them. And this isn't necessarily the engine block, but this is like some sort of small little spark plug or something that adds to the whole, that's actually quite crucial to the whole workings of the whole machine of your life. So that's what I'm feeling here is like you need to put the spark plug in or develop the spark plug, something like there's something here, and it's not the only spark in the system, right? It's just one, that there's a part here. And it has to do with the overall workings of your life. And honestly, I see like the overall workings of the universe, like some larger plan. It's you playing a small part in some larger plan, or some small activity of yours playing a part in a larger plan. And you need to remain, it's something you've wanted to do for a while. It's not a new thing. You need to remain devoted to it, like an experiment, like a scientist, like experimenting and trying to figure out what's going to work here. What's going to work here, and trying different things and not giving up right away, but at least making tries at this. Okay, you didn't want to talk, I see. Okay, we're going to have to... What? This is the sloppiest shuffle ever. Okay. Like everything just wanted to come out, but it wasn't quite ready, and flipping around, and this is really, it's really funny. Okay, all right. Whew. Okay, I see. We have Lorelei here. This is an immature, emotionally immature behavior. Somebody may have said something, done something. This reminds me of, for some reason, this is coming in as like an instructor or a teacher that just offhand said a comment that was really upsetting and really destructive, right? I think sometimes people that we look up to don't really understand the power that they have over us. So they're just talking, they're just chatting, they're just minding their own business, doing what they do, having fun, maybe, doing a little teasing or a little whatever. But this has like upset somebody's whole like livelihood. Like this is, I want to say, shaken somebody's confidence very deeply. And I feel like just based on the rest of this reading, I feel like this is you having had your confidence shaken, your confidence in your livelihood and your ability to, like, these are fishermen. They're out like just trying to feed their families here. And then here comes this sort of immature, she's young, immature emotional. We have a fish, we have a mermaid here, we have something that lives in the water. This immature emotional, maybe activity or situation, or maybe even person. We have a name here, so it always seems like a specific person that said or did something that was very upsetting and very like upsetting and like destabilizing some sort of plan or some sort of idea, possibly about work. There's a lot about work here. I just see about work. So it may have shaken someone's confidence. It may have like upset the plan, the idea. Then we have Morning Dew Girl. So the grief and sadness from this is it's useful, though. This is the alchemizing process where we take the lead, or that which would lay us down, sink us, that which would sink us and keep us down, and is very heavy to carry. We're transforming that into something gold, something highly valuable. So whatever has upset, maybe there was something that you needed to learn. Maybe there was something that you needed to hear. Maybe that was not quite the way that this destabilizing way that it happened. It could have been done better. It could have been done differently, but there might have been some sort of core that you needed to hear. And even through this grief, you're able to hear this truth and understand it and bring it forward into some sort of growth. There's something to learn. Either that some people are full of junk, some people just aren't paying any attention to what they're saying and what they're doing. They're just saying their thing. They're just doing their thing. That's Lorelei, just doing her own thing. She's just out here doing her own thing. And it can have these profound effects. Like, it reminds me of the tree remembers what the axe forgets, right? It's not that the axe is wrong, or to the tree, the axe is wrong. But, the axe is just being an axe. And the tree is just scarred forever if it survives at all, right? And the axe is just like, this is what I do all day. This is what I was given. I was given this tool. I was given this sharp edge. I'm just sharpish, and I just kind of, do this all day long. But the tree's like, yeah. So and we're all in different situations, the axe and the tree, right? We all have like just our day-to-day, and this is just what we do all day. And then we're doing that. Everybody's an axe and everybody's a tree in the whole milieu of the universe here. So, but Morning Dew Girl, this is your tree, and you're like, okay, I got chopped down. I think I'm gonna write a book about it. I think I've got the paper now. I am paper. So this is some sort of creative redemptive process from your grief, from this sadness and this frustration. You are able to redeem something and bring value to something that really was weighing you down. But that's done through a grief process, through allowing these emotions and this loss to create a new reality for us, and then using that as fuel moving forward. So then we have the perfect key. All right, so we've all, like I said, we've all been the axe, and we've all been the tree here, and here is, so everybody, we all have wounds, and we all get wounded here. So here you are being very protective, which is a very natural, normal, in fact quite healthy response. But there comes a time when it's time to open that up and open it up. So your mind is, your heart might be ready. Some part of you's ready and some part of you's not. Let's just leave it at that. Some part of you's ready, and the part of you that's ready, I think this is your heart is ready, because we have the green heart chakra here, bringing keys to you. Let's try this. If not this key, there will be another. Okay, so so this is what we're getting here again, this experimental vibe, this try this, okay, that didn't work, try this, okay, that didn't work, try this. We're tuning into I love it, we're tuning into the portal of your heart here, and here we have the heart. We're tuning into that, and we're opening it up, but it might take a couple tries, so don't give up, because be bold and make the first move, right? We have a first move. We've got like 5 or 6 more moves after that, right? And if this is like a person, this is like, if one person doesn't work out, there might be several others available in a way. Or If one method of relating to someone doesn't work, there might be other ways to open up. So the portal of your heart, it wants to open up. We're tuning into that and remaining devoted to a process, even though it may take several tries. And it's not, we don't know exactly what the formula is, right? If we're talking about experiments and we're talking about science, being a scientist, we're being a scientist of your heart, I guess, and of yourself and of your life, and exploring and asking questions and being open to answers that are different than your hypothesis, right? That's a crucial part of being a scientist, probably the most crucial part, is we have a hypothesis and then we need to be open to answers and finding out things that contradict that hypothesis. So there's this whole experimenting vibe going on here. And we're opening something up. We're opening up. There's been this past wounding. We were grieving it, but that grief is very useful. Do not think it's wasted time. It's very useful. And there's some experimentation to be done, but we're tuning into that portal of the heart, and we're really listening to the heart, and the heart wants to open, the heart wants to move forward. So we're doing that, and that can be in a work situation or a relationship situation. So we have no rain today. This one's shown up a few times during this set of readings. No rain today. This is about being here now. So, right, we have this hurt from the past and we are wanting to be protective of it. That's obvious, that's clear. But no rain today means, okay, if you didn't get hurt today, then let's keep going. If the key works, let's keep going. If taking something one day at a time, and this was fine, okay, because our tendency, as with all of this here, our tendency is going to want to go to what happened before and the axe. We can't forget the axe. And the axe, and now we're like a book of paper, but we're still like, an axe could still hurt me. I may be a book now instead of a tree, but an axe can still cut through me. So, but we're tuning into that portal and we're trying to open it up a little bit. We're trying different things to open it up. And if it goes well today, let it go well today. We're not borrowing trouble. That's basically what no rain today means to me. It's be here now. Let's not borrow trouble from the future. Let's not bring it forward to the past. How are you right now? Where are you right now? You are right now, all of you. You're right here. And right now, all of you, the time is the same. It's right now, no matter where you are on this planet, in this universe, it's right now. So being very present. What do you have today? So yes, we've all been hurt in the past, and it was serious, and it was not something that we're just dismissing here. And we will most likely be hurt in the future. It's pretty much guaranteed. But today, where are we at? So making sure that we're looking at the situation accurately, clearly, today, like in the present moment, and not assuming that something's going to go the same way it did before, right? Because we're experimenting. We're using a different key. It's a different key, so it's not going to go exactly the same. This is a different key. This is a different key to open this up. This is a different key to open up this dream. We're making a first move, and there are multiple moves after that. There are multiple things to try. This is all a very good path, though. We're being guaranteed that something here is worth trying, worth digging, worth trying multiple times in multiple different ways for. And then we have this transformation card here. So you are changing. This is you're changing. Oh, I love it. The way I have it laid out here, you're looking back at this whole past experience. You've transformed, you've changed the way you see everything that happened. You changed the way you see yourself. I feel like your thinking is more organized. Your thinking is clearer. You've paid attention to it. So this might be some time in the future when you're able to look back on all of this and it all makes sense and it all comes together. There's this really interesting, I think it's interesting. You have no rain today, be in the present moment, don't worry about tomorrow, right? The rain may come and it's guaranteed to, but don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about today. We have this one looking at the past, very skeptically and wondering about the future. But the heart wants to be present here. The heart is trying to be present. The heart is, there's just something about the eyes here that's really caught my attention about where all these different cards are looking. We have the heart looking at the present, looking at the here and now. We have, you know, the fears looking at the future. We have the fears about the past, but the here and now is where we want to be in this actual processing, this actual work, the heart wants to be here and now. And someday in the future, you will look back at this transformation. This one, she's not fully transformed. She's not completely done yet. But the heart is changing. Again, we've got tuning into the portal of her heart. And she's got her hand right there on that transforming heart. And so I feel like in the future, you're going to look back and you're going to understand everything that happened now. I think you're going to be grateful for what you're going through right now, and your commitment to your heart space, your devotion to what your heart wants, your devotion to being here and now, your commitment to healing, and your commitment to making these moves, to really moving forward, because if prosperity lies ahead. This is what I'm seeing. You eventually in this clear, prosperous place. Where things have worked out, and you're looking back at how this whole thing changed you, changed who you are, and you're proud of yourself. You're proud of how you've changed and how you used that whole experience to become someone new that you're proud of. All right, Leo, I hope that was helpful for you. And if you are so moved, come join me over on Vimeo for more traditional tarot spread.